So this specifically is areas of the game that you can get good at. I've been playing lots of sweaty events recently, and I can really say that my fighting is starting to improve a lot, and I'm starting to notice that I'm improving in areas that I used to suck at in the past. So what I'm going to do is point out those specific things. I'm just going to teach you random things that I realize in my gameplay that are stuff that might not be so visible to the eye unless I point it out. Use code KenBeans if you want to support this channel, and check out more Beans' first link in the description down below. That's my second channel where I don't really post tips and tricks, and it's really good content. I've been really trying to get better this chapter and this season in particular, so I'm spending a decent amount of time in creative. Sometimes just random builds come to me. One high ground retake that I really like to do now, whenever I do a double edit, I always tell people not to just place a stair and a floor. It's not connected very well, and that's one of my most viral TikToks. It got 8 million views. I know you burn a lot of mats this way, so it might not be the most useful in arena games, but this is the newer way of doing this. It's probably really advanced, but you do the double edit, you extend your walls out, up and over, and then you could just place stairs above you. This is a really protective high ground retake. It's kind of flashy, but it's also not at the same time. This has got to be one of my most favorite things to do, because when you have this stair above your head, you can go in almost any direction you want. This is probably the most simplistic, basic example I got. I know I put myself in a weird spot, but I always like to place cones first before I place my own wall. It just wraps up fights faster, easier piece control, so you don't have to do more editing. Really something simple that you can do that will help you get better. Now, I'm not sure how many of you guys actually know this little tip, but when you're in chonkers or any place with tires that you can imagine, you should always run onto the tires. It gets you super far, and it's like a big momentum boost, and you can see this guy had no idea what to expect. It's funny because I called it out that he'd have no idea what hit him, and then once I killed him, he came into my chat and said he had no idea where I was. Oh, yeah. Yikes. That was a heavy hitter. You guys didn't know about that. Oh, we didn't know about that. You just shot at me? Where the hell did you come from? So right here is a move that Martoz uses in a lot of his montages, and I really like this play. This is my first time setting it up though, so I'm a little funky with it, but it's super good because you can set it up really quick, and it allows you for a really good right hand peek. Once I place a stair and I land on this guy's wall, all you have to do is jump up, place floor stair, and you can edit the stair and floor in this direction just like this, and it sets you up for a really nice right hand peek, and if they go to cone you, they can't. Like I said though, this was my first time doing it, and this is something that I'm definitely going to be practicing in arena so that I can get better in this one area. Probably one of the best box fighting moves you're gonna have. By now, it's been released, but I'm not sure if you guys know Raiders' new map. It came out like a month ago from this video, and it's just a free-for-all map where you have 0 input delay. You get siphon on every kill, and you can just run around, practice piece control. The code's gonna be on screen right now. One clip that I got in here I had to add. When I get all the piece on this guy and he manages to escape with the wall, I just so happen to have my shotgun out. No matter what edit he makes, I claim that wall back instantly because metal is the easiest to shoot and break whenever it resets. But notice how I ran at his face. The reason why you want to get right up in this guy's face is because when he makes an edit, that's the most likely time that he's going to be closest to the wall. So that means when I get close to him, he's going to feel really awkward. The instant reaction you should have whenever someone places a stair over your head is to place a wall right away and just go out whatever side you can go out. Whether it's the left or the right, it doesn't matter. It's more important to track them through the walls though. Always go out of your way to be placing cones so that people can get their heads stuck in them. This is the hardest time in Fortnite to actually get good shots, because when you're phasing through the cone or just phasing through the bills just like this guy is, chances are he's not going to be able to hit a single shot because he can't see a thing. In this clip, I'm going to show you how to turn your mistakes into piece control. I'm kind of reacting quickly to whatever happens on my screen. This is a very common thing that I do when I try and cone people from one box below. When it doesn't work and I just so happen to get the cone in front of me, I place a stair and I'm trying to ramp up. Now I see this guy to the right of me. What I do is instantly try and cone him, but it gets blocked again. So now I'm here with 2 cones up and down. Every single time you're in this position, all you do is edit the top cone. You jump and cone him from one box below again, and in most cases you can probably get the wall if you're quick enough. This is the easiest way to stop guys from busting out 90s, and wraps up the kill quick so you can get the loot and move on to the next kill. So here's the play in Greasy where I literally have almost nothing. Complete off spawn fight. This guy probably has just as much shield as I do. I got a pistol and an AWP. Okay, so going into this fight with 5 builds, notice how I'm using the small mats I have to block off the one angle, which is the left side. How I edited the stair so that if he edits open and tries to go for a peek where I can't see him, I reset the stair so it blocks the shot. After that happens, I get out of the box. I took the wall as he was making the edit because I knew by the time he shot that I would have the wall already. Then what I do is make it seem like I'm running in, make an edit, and reset it really quickly so that way he shoots the wall and I can run through. This is the thing that because I 1v1 jiving all the time, he did this to me literally left and right. I was able to completely turn this fight around, and I use this in my day-to-day fighting. One small simple tip that you might know but you might not practice, but it's actually really useful. Now he's on the run, and notice how I'm not spraying all my ammo at this wall and I switched to my pickaxe because in the back of my head I remembered that I have no other gun reloaded, so it's really important that I keep some bullets in this gun as I go to shoot this guy. This is a random clip now, but as I play Fortnite, it's literally just all about that one area. Thinking about what guns are reloaded and really keeping an eye on how much mass you have, so that way you can get small little edges in fights that will help you get the win. This is my favorite spot to be in Fortnite, actually, where I have 2 boxes and I'm standing in between 2 walls. I always edit out on the opposite wall they're trying to take. If I would have just reset the floor and then let this guy shoot that and I shoot him, it would have been the perfect jive and TV move. Even though I got the kill, I could have not taken any damage during that fight. So this is actually one of my favorite retakes in the game, probably my second most used one, where I double edited. I place a wall and then a cone above it. Then I flip the cone, place more high walls all around me, and this gives me really good piece control opportunities and allows me to continue going for height without getting blocked. And obviously I'm playing smart. I realize that the guy's cranking to the moon, so I'm gonna look for different ways to try and break him down instead of just trying to crank 10 90s in a row. Really quick, I know I'm playing on this for a while, but anytime you're versing a really bad player who just constantly cranks like this, one of the best things you can do is try and break one of the builds that they placed and then try and make an edit through that and surprise them. For some reason, people who don't have experience in build fights, they never expect you to break the build that you placed and then just go from a different angle to try and chop them out, and they get all confused. So I'm driving a whip right now. You're gonna see me roll up on this guy and we end up build fighting for a very quick amount of time. The best thing to know in Fortnite is to literally just shoot and place floor right away. Especially from the low ground, this is one of the most dirty angles you can play. And now that the striker has a buff, these shotguns work really well doing that. You're gonna see me piece this guy up. Really pay attention how I approach the piece control. I get a small amount of builds placed in his box, right? I know he's not full box, so whenever I shoot him once, there's no need for me to go back down on that wall and try and go for another shot. Just piece the box over where you think they're gonna go next, and chances are almost every single time, to be honest, they're gonna be looking clueless. So kind of what I do when I play arena, I keep this one small tip in mind, and it's just kind of second nature. Really helps me get walls on people. If you just hold your SMG out, notice how I use my SMG to spray through whatever I need to claim walls on where the guy is going. SMGing through one wall instead of using the AR, it's so much better because it breaks the walls faster, and it's just something I always find myself naturally doing. So here's a little tip to help you guys whenever you get cracked initially in a build fight and someone's on height. You see me do this all the time in FNCS and all the time whenever I play someone sweat. Notice how I'm building by looking completely upward. I place floor and then walls to the right and left of me, and if I show you in creative, I can just constantly rep this out and tarp in any direction I want so that I can regain some awareness and try and find a way to get back into it. Here's the move I want to talk about though. When I'm in this spot and someone has the stair above my head, this time I'm kind of phased through my own build. I keep phasing through the builds. This move right here, wall, and then stair. Connect yourself, boom. Now you have height. You finish it off by placing cones just like this, and when you edit the cone like this guy's just gonna be lost. You could see he wasn't even ready for it, and if I hit the shot and connected, I would have even then still had height. It's really important to know that whenever you're weak, notice how I set myself up for like triple edit peaks. Those are the safest type. And even then, this move, playing it back really quick, double edit, place wall. If you side jump, it gives you a really strong right hand peek where you could see almost their whole body. Then I crack him, I say, okay, that's enough. I go heal up, and then I can get back into it and I end up winning. If you don't learn how to play when you're weak, you're never gonna have time to heal because the guy's gonna be constantly pressuring your wall. You have to get it cracked back and then get into it. On stream the other day, I was 1v1ing viewers, and I clipped me showing the one retake that I just learned the other day. It's the double edit, drag walls over, stare up and down, and you see how even after I went through all that, turn around, window edit, get a cone, and I can get piece control there. I will say one of the hardest areas of the game, if you can get used to people spraying you as you're doing high ground retakes, that's when you're gonna feel really comfortable trying to do any sort of building in Fortnite. This reminds me of when I used to train for basketball, how my coach, that when I would practice with him one-on-one, he would literally get like a pillow and smack me as I'm trying to do a layup or something, so that way I can get used to the contact, so when it goes into real game, it's simple. Sort of the same thing with Fortnite. When people SMG you kind of just have to get used to building that way so you can just tarp right to anything you want. Here's another move I do a ton. I always tell people to do stairs out and then floor and connect yourself. You can go for height, but you always have to make sure that you place the walls around you just like this, and then you could just do whatever you want from here. I feel like we all are at this point where we know everyone's gonna spray a wall after you take it, so I just let people freak out in their box. I just hold the wall, and you just have to pre-fire them. Don't go for any sort of edits because they're gonna try and spray you through. You're gonna be caught off guard. Just sit there and pre-fire. That's arguably the best solution against someone like this. This guy is on hard 0 ping. I tried to take his wall 3 times and I'm on 3 ping. Didn't get it once. Notice how once I didn't get it on the 3rd try, he's obviously just gonna keep holding his wall. That's exactly the time when you just force yourself into the box with an exploit, and he's gonna have his map out while you're doing it. If someone's holding their wall this hard, they are really scared, so you just gotta run in their face. Even to this day, you're gonna see me tracking this guy throughout this entire build fight, jumping in the second I can. Notice how I'm constantly revolving and claiming piece control around the guy's box and not trying to take the one wall that I'm looking at. That sets it up for a way easier time to get this kill than just trying to take the wall initially. Following up with the very next kill, I do almost the same sort of thing, but this time I get into this guy's box. This is hands down one of the easiest things to do though. Whenever someone has one wood wall, there's an exploit to just jump right through and you use your momentum to get into the box. Most times you're going to be able to get in. You can see this guy even place a floor and a cone and it missed. Playing in arena recently, the lobbies have been unbelievably sweaty. It's almost like mini cash cups towards the end of these games. Whenever I fight someone, I'm ready for them to just charge at me in any second they get. I'm really getting used to playing just like this and keeping the pressure up really nice, because you're going to see no matter what edit this guy makes, if I cap my crosshair in the same spot, I can claim it before he makes any edit. I don't have time to continue to make an edit on that wall, so I claim piece control from outside the box. You need to practice that in creative if you aren't too good at it already. Here's a movement tip really quick. This guy thinks he's being the aggressor. He's crazy. Once I get piece control on him first, notice how I'm running not at him, but to the right of him. The strafe is more important than going for the clip. Your movement is the #1 thing that's going to make you not get shot in fight. So if you're someone who gets cracked all the time, definitely look at areas like this. Here's the last clip I mentioned, and usually whenever someone's weak, keep in mind how I'm chasing him and I'm on his tail. Whenever someone moves in their box and is running close to their wall, they're gonna make an edit. Don't have your shotgun out. Just pre-fire right through that wall and you'll get the kill every single time. My name is Ken. Don't forget, More Beans channel, first link down below. Got some good content on there. Just got monetized on it, so that's dope. Appreciate all the support and all the love, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you learned something. Peace.